I'm putting all the links together. Guys, putting all the links together. There is a lot. There is a lot of space news today. If you want a chat war, Laurie Gover's op-ed seems like a good start. Now, you know, I mean, probably link it, but I'll read it on my own time. All right. There's so many links today. All right, that needs to go there. Give me 1 second. There's a lot of news. Huh. All right, pray. Let me see this. This is, oh my goodness. Nope. Hell no, pray. No. Whoa. That's good. That's rich. I like that. I'm sorry, this is great. Oh, God, I needed a good laugh. Thank you. I needed a good laugh. Here, you know what? Here. This is how we start today. Oh, no, I don't care about that. It's... you know what? No. Today's a good day. You know why? It's Cosmonautics Day. Alright? It's Cosmonautics Day, man. Poyekali. Let's go. Post a new article today? Right on, Joe.
Discovery.
There you go. Link it up, dude. What's Cosmonautics Day? So, today marks the 60-year anniversary of Vostok 1. Vostok 1 was the first flight to send a person into space. Check it out. Check it out. Oh, come on. Sound me, baby. You will like this, okay? Tank Farm's active in Bochum. Nice. Titov. It's muted. There we go. We got it back. Oh, guys, it's the first anniversary of STS-1? Holy crap, really? What's a space shuttle? I didn't know what that was. Just watch.
Кедр, я заря-1, зажигание.
Понял, отдается зажигание.
Предварительное. Желаю вам доброго полета. Я заря-1, мы все желаем вам доброго полета, все нормально.
That's cool. That camera will never get old. Look at that. Oh, baby. Yeah, ballsy to say the least. No more sound. So, that's Vostok 1. Yuri first human into space in 1961. Basically marking the beginning. Well, it's not the beginning of the space race. Sputnik is the beginning of the space race. But there you go. Also, it is the, what is it? 40th anniversary for the shuttle, right? This is what you guys were already there, but hang on. This is how I wanted to start this off, if you don't mind.
Young and crippled, launch controllers at the Cape and flight controllers in Houston will experience the most dynamic, fast-paced series of launch events ever undertaken in the space program, all in less than 9 minutes. The most challenging ascent profile ever to be flown by a space vehicle.
Hey, Gold Falcon.
Photographers, film and television crews, plus newspaper and magazine writers from around the world, nearly 2,700 of them are here to cover the launch.
Discovery,
In addition, approximately
Andy.
600,000 spectators line the coastal area near the Kennedy Space Center. Arriving by every mode of transportation, they have come from every state in the Union and many foreign countries. The promise of a rebirth in America's manned space program and the dawn of a new era in space transportation awaits.
14, 13, T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. We've gone for main engine start.
That's correct, Hip.
Go. Roger, roll.
The roll will put the shuttle on its precise heading toward an imaginary target in space.
Roll program complete. Roger, roll complete.
See last, huh? What?
Negative status. Vital. Go. Booster. Go. GNC. Go. Eagle. Go. Go at 40, Capcom. Columbia, Houston, you're go at 40.
The shuttle is now 40 seconds into flight.
Roger, Columbia, on a nice ride. You're lost.
I know, Novus.
You'll probably be
That's why
slightly
it's
high
funny.
staging.
Negative seats.
Negative seats. Columbia, you're negative seats.
Should anything go wrong, the shuttle is now too high for the astronauts to use their ejection seats.
Roger, you're go for SRB SEP. We see SRB SEP flight.
Roger on the SEP.
103 converge flight. Vet. Capcom, let's tell them all the calls are going to be a tad early because of the hot first stage. Columbia, you're looking a little hot. All your calls will be a little early.
Okay. Yeah, map looks good here.
Oh, sorry. It's alright.
Stand by, press to Miko. Columbia, stand by, press to Miko.
Mark it.
Mark it. Mark. Press for Miko.
Roger, press for Rico.
The shuttle can now
Roger, press
continue
for
toward Miko. Main engine cutoff.
They like the VAP.
Shut up, Epstein.
Let's go, flight. Capcom, VAPs go. Stand by, negative return. Columbia, stand by for negative return. Mark it. Mark. Negative return. And your VAP is good.
Outstanding.
There it is.
Sure is. We can confirm it.
Sorry. I've watched this way too many times, man.
And single engine rota flight. And Columbia, your single engine rota.
Okay, Mason.
Columbia can land safely at the Naval Air Station in Rota, Spain, even if 2 of the 3 main engines should fail. Right now, the engines are generating over 42 million horsepower.
Yes.
Miko 25, 6,
Miko.
0, up at 220.
Roger, Miko. And we got Miko confirmed. Miko, Roger, Columbia, Miko. Right on the money, nominal.
Nominal. Right on the
Engine
money.
cutoff. Columbia is now in space, traveling over 18,000.
This is a documentary that came out a little bit after STS-1 called A Remarkable Flying Machine. Really good. But, once again, first and foremost, it's Cosmonautics Day. Yuri Gagarin, the first person into space, launched out of Baikonur at Site 1-5, the pad called Gagarin Start. Marked the beginning of human space exploration. And also shuttle. I mean, I'm sorry guys, I'm not gonna waste an opportunity to not watch a shuttle launch. Like, that's just not how that's gonna work. Yuri did not bring a corned beef sandwich with him. Yeah, but him and Titov knew that thing is not very safe. Like, you need a reason. I don't, PY, I really don't. But today is a good reason. But hey, we gotta watch it. We gotta throw the Vostok 1 footage in. Credit where credit is due. Straight up. Are we gonna be watching the rest, please? I really want to. I would really like to. What do you say about this? What is this? I do like that. Alucard, I like that. Danish, what's that? Oh, that's cool. Yuri definitely had the right stuff. Him, Titov, Kamarov. So like the Soviet Union basically had a Mercury 7 as well. They had the same thing. And Gagarin, German Titov, who else is on that? Vladimir Kamarov. Respect. Those guys, yeah. Those guys are crazy. And you know what's funny? There are parallels between the cosmonauts not liking the spacecraft and the Apollo astronauts not liking the spacecraft either. Ed White, Roger Chaffee, and Gus Grissom, they didn't like the spacecraft. They were like, please don't kill us. Oops. bought anything at McMaster yet? No. I gotta go figure out what I want and how I want to set stuff up. I gotta draw some schematics for the wire harness for the truck Da Vinci, but then we will. Oh yeah, it is what it is. But hey, today's a good day. 60th anniversary, man. 60th anniversary, human spaceflight. It's a good day. Anyway, there is a bunch of stuff. All kinds of stuff here for space news. Updated Axiom module. Oh my goodness, I'm running out of... Dude, I'm running... We're never going to get this done in time, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. This is not a bad problem to have. I am okay with this. I am okay, totally alright with this. I'm just trying to get all these space news links figured out, man. And we got Starship. Starship's doing a cryo test. Very, very soon. Okay. Where are we? Where are we? NSF is live. Wait, what the hell is this word? I know what that means. Oh, God. Oh. What's he so mad about? Do I want to click on this link? I know that word. I know what that means. Yep, that's what I thought it meant. What's Dimitri mad about? Get out of here. We have a Russian Department of State account? I mean, I don't see why not. Today's the International Day of Human Spaceflight. On this day, we celebrate the 60th anniversary of man's stay in space. Yo! Oh! Come on, man. Oh, God. Oh, that's cringe. Oh, my goodness. That's cringe as frick, dude. That political correctness, though. Oh, that's cringe as hell. Yeah, I can see why he's pissed. Alright, let me explain. So Dimitri retweeted this, and he had some choice words. Here, let's just get rid of that. He had some choice words. So, the U.S. Department of State on Facebook said, "Today is the International Day of Human Spaceflight. On this day, we celebrate the 60th anniversary of man's stay in space, as well as technological progress and international cooperation, which is facilitated by the exploration of outer space." Oh, that's some disrespected nose stuff right there. Yeah, yeah. They didn't. No mention of Yuri. No mention of Vostok 1. Just, ooh, that is a little cringe right there. That's a little cringe right there. That's a little cringe. Oh, that's a little cringe. All right, next news. Should we keep going with Russian stuff? Let's do it. Let me get the rest of this in here. I gotta organize all this, man. There's not a lot of space. See last. What's up, Bennett? Check out the video by NASA. It's not that long. All right. Loud.
5, 4, we've gone for main engine start. We have main engine start.
On April 12, 1981, the Space Shuttle launched for its first mission, STS-1. There's a lot of excitement surrounding that launch. It would be the first time that Americans had launched from American soil since the Apollo-Soyuz test project in 1975.
This has got some footage I haven't seen before. Because NASA doesn't know how to do audio, Jim.
Well, the first flight, our intent is primarily to
Crip.
make sure that the bird will get up like we want it to and it'll come down like we want it to.
The Space Shuttle would be a significant achievement. It would be the first of its kind, a fully reusable vehicle for travel to low Earth orbit. The design and development of the Space Shuttle took 10 years. The propulsion systems, the Space Shuttle main engines were some of the most complex, highly advanced engines. They still exist today as the RS-25s on the Space Launch System.
But for those people who don't understand the significance of this, one more time, please. Why do you think this is so important? Why are you so satisfied with it?
Well, it's an age-long goal to be able to fly into and out of space, but even more than that, I think it's a remarkable way to get payloads up into space cheaply and economically. It's what we've been trying to do for the last 10 years, routine access to space. It's going to improve science and technology in this country. That's going to be remarkably beneficial to everyone in this room in ways that we just can't even imagine.
Robert and I have spent most of the exciting and interesting 2.5 days, probably that we ever spent in our lives or may ever spend again. The spaceship Columbia is a phenomenon. It is an incredibly amazing piece of machinery. And anytime you can take something that big and put it into space and bring it back, land it on a runway, you have just accomplished something just short of a miracle, I believe.
my
I
guy right
believe
there.
that as we stand here this afternoon, even those of us with the greatest imagination cannot in any way project the future that has been opened by the flight that John and Crip have just completed.
The success of the STS-1 mission was the beginning of a long line of successes. Overall, the Space Shuttle program would verify that human beings could travel routinely to low Earth orbit. While there were incredible risks involved and incredible things that happened along the way, NASA never failed to come back to its mission. And over the course of those 3 decades, the Space Shuttle program led on a number of successful missions and really redefined what we know about the microgravity environment. It enabled the building of one of the most successful facilities human beings have ever designed, the International Space Station, and provided access to that space station for a long time. It would go on to deliver a number of incredible observatories to low Earth orbit: Hubble, Chandra, Compton Gamma Ray Observatory, and a number of other missions. It was a remarkable success that has led us to this moment. We can learn a lot from the Space Shuttle. We can even improve upon the Space Shuttle, but we'll never forget the lessons that it brought us.
Well, that was nice. Very good. Cool video. Hands above the table. You shut your mouth. Did an astronaut have a space laser on his spacewalk? That's a wrench. It's an impact driver. Pray it could have been. I firmly believe that the shuttle could have been made reliable. If you skimp on development, it ain't gonna happen. You got to spend the money now so you can make stuff cheaper later, right? Well, look, if you want to like say, oh, I don't know, mass produce electric automobiles, right? You got to spend a lot of money building factories. It's just kind of the way that it rolls. Except it stuck us in low Earth orbit. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah, sure, yeah. Low Earth orbit.
Go and throttle up.
The shuttle was reliable. People in charge of it weren't. Ooh. Ooh. I agree. Barak, wait, hang on. Wasn't it only Apollo 50 or so a year ago, and now it's shuttle 40th anniversary? The heck else got developed during the shuttle operational time frame? Gotta head up. I just wanted to share that I've got a job interview with an aircraft manufacturer on Wednesday. I'll let you know how it goes. Right on, Andy. Best of luck. Kim, what is this? Ah. One more thing for Cosmonautics Day, and then we'll get into the news. There it is. Oh, baby. There he is! Поехали! Да! Давай, давай!
13 апреля 1961 года в Советском Союзе выведен на орбиту вокруг Земли.
In the year 1961, in April, the Soviet Union launched Vostok 1, right? That's what he said.
На борту.
Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Oh, what are you doing?
Командование ВВС рекомендует первым для выполнения космического полета назначить старшего лейтенанта Гагарина Юрия.
Make a centrifuge for the Kerbals?
Разрешите, товарищи, мне заверить наше советское правительство,
Sergei Korolev and Yuri.
коммунистическую партию и весь советский народ в том, что я с честью оправдаю доверенное мне задание, провожу первую дорогу в космос. А если на пути встретятся какие-либо трудности, то я преодолею их, как преодолевают коммунисты.
Космонавтом товарищем Гагарином установлена и поддерживается двухсторонняя радиосвязь.
I don't know, Graf.
Период выведения корабля-спутника «Восток» на орбиту космонавт товарищ Гагарин перенес удовлетворительно. И в настоящее время чувствует себя хорошо.
What a bamf.
Я обыкновенный русский человек. Таких у нас в Союзе очень много. Такой же, как десятки и сотни тысяч советских юношей и девушек.
He said I'm just a regular dude. I mean, somebody said it in chat. Look at how young he is, dude. Never really kind of put two and two together. That's like, how much did you guys say? It's like 27? How did Yuri die? He died in a training accident. Training accident flying a MiG. Nah, generic username, I mean, once upon a time, airplanes, if you went into the fog and stuff, you'd have a real bad problem. The training accident, from what I understand, is basically, it's not to bring up other feelings. It's what happened with Kobe Bryant and his helicopter pilot. They basically flew into fog. They couldn't figure out where the runway was, and that's it. I mean, it doesn't get simpler than that. It kind of sucks. Like even an experienced pilot, if you lack the situational awareness, know where the plane is. If Yuri didn't die, what other big flights do you think he would have been on? Don't know. Yeah, no, it's a training accident, dudes. Stuff happens, like. He was banned from spaceflight after Soyuz 1. They didn't want him to fly into space so he wouldn't die. Oops. I mean... that sucks, man. That sucks. I don't know what else to say. Wait, what the heck? Guys, look. I get it. It's the Cold War. There's a lot of secretive stuff going on both sides. I get it and I understand, but training accidents are training accidents, dudes. It's like you're looking way too much into this. You're looking way too much into this, dude. Just enjoy, like enjoy what happens. Like Soyuz 11 was not Soyuz 11. Soyuz 1 was no secret. I mean, Kamarov knew. In fact, he put himself in a position of harm's way to save his buddies. Like, it's it sucks, man. But was it really? Oh God. All right, let's get into the regular news. Was Apollo 1 an accident too? Was that a conspiracy, huh? Training accidents happen, guys. Even to this day. I don't know if this has been shown here on the Discord yet. Or feel good. Something just short of a miracle. We just watched it a second ago, Julia. John Young. There's footage in that I hadn't seen before, which is pretty cool. But anyway, it's 5 o'clock. Let's get into it here. There we go. Louiso. Alright. Alright. Let's get over into the Russian news. Let's see what we got. Today the factory tests of Nauka were completed with a positive result. All documents are prepared. We received permission to disassemble the circuit and transfer the MLM to a pressure chamber. Preparation is for the launch of the science module is underway. Oh. Vacuum testing. They're going to vacuum test Nauka to make sure that it's good to go. Vladimir Kemerov is his name, Everest, yeah. You're a mess today, Julia? Why? Yeah, Absta? Too many things going on? Just relax. Take it slow. You'll be alright. We had this printed out in my USMC supply unit about Army Personnel Training Acts of 50 calorie graphic. Oh god. Oh god! No! No, 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 no! Oh, what the Dude, don't link that in here again! Stop it! Stop it! Stop that! Oh god, I didn't need that in my head. Oh, what the Don't worry about it, chat. Zeppelin, Jesus Christ, man. Oh my goodness. Oh, God. Oh. Dude, I wasn't ready for that. I was not ready for that. It's not that bad. The guy's hand is gone. What are you talking about? Dude, oh man. Training accidents happen. That was the purpose, drummer. It was in context. Yeah, training accidents happen. What Zeppelin linked was a picture of 50 cal training accidents when people don't know how to use the 50 caliber, the deuce, correctly. Yeah. Yeah, yep. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. Anyway, let's go back over here. That'd be a great wallpaper. Alright, so they're getting Nauka ready for vacuum testing. Let's see what else we got. Looks like we got a little video here about Luna 25. Let's see what's up. Yeah, it's pretty messed up.
Let's go! Slice, squats, chicken-breaky, cold compot with chiburieki. Always moving, never done. Such is life, it's close around. Take my ladder, dragon down. Fingers up and windows down. Hot pull mini and some quads. Drive around and pop her bus.
There we go. Much better.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
All right. So what you're looking at here is checkout of the Luna 25 probe, or Luna 25 lander. It's a lander that the Russians are working on here. That's going to land down and analyze some surface samples on the moon. The Russians recently reactivated their lunar exploration program. Unmanned, but still. Do I have this on your space news? That's somewhere in there. Yeah, they're going to land it down on the South Pole. There you go. Very good. Cool. Hey, Arch Knight, what's going on? All right, what do we got here? On the eve of Cosmonautics Day, I gave a long interview to Channel 1. If we all pitched in, do you think we could pay Roscosmos to put tracksuit stripes on a Soyuz? Alright, well, let's see what we got. I mean, maybe. How long is this one? Alright, let's see what we got. Oh, okay, not bad, not bad. Alright. I guess the best chance to do it was the 90s. Alright, so Russia's promising space program is not limited to orbital plans. The next flight in research is much further. Yevgeny Lyamin talked about this and with the one and only head of Roscosmos, Dmitry Rogozin. Alright, this is an interview. Let's see. Dmitry, speaking about rocketry, you called 2023 to 2028 the decisive 5-year plan. Why? What awaits us in this short period? What should happen? The rockets that were created in the previous period, for example, rockets of the Soyuz 2 family, or our heavy proton rockets, thanks to our predecessors, have colossal potential for modernization. But nevertheless, even these high-class rockets, of course, are already approaching the stage where they need to be replaced with new ones. At the Khrunichev Center in Moscow, we already see universal rocket blocks, universal rocket modules, and universal rocket modules of the Angara rocket. So universal rocket blocks and rocket modules are common boosters. The American equivalent would be a common core booster, a CCB, or like a Delta IV CBC. Angara is a CCB-styled rocket. So you could have 1 booster, 3 boosters, or 5 boosters. Okay, so 1 booster in the center, a single stick variant. 2 boosters on the side, which would be a 3 booster variant, kind of looks like Falcon Heavy, and then a 5 booster variant with 4 boosters and then a center core. So when he says universal rocket blocks, that's what he means. This is no longer a modernization of Proton. This is a brand new ground up rocket. The rocket has capabilities much more serious, I mean in terms of carrying capacity, than the Proton. It will launch from the Vostochny Cosmodrome and have about 5-ton carry capacity to low Earth orbit than Proton from Baikonur. And with the addition of the Perseus upper stage, I think Perseus is what they call it, 10 tons more. The same goes for Soyuz 2. No later than 4 to 5 years, that rocket will appear, which will start flying in parallel with the Soyuz 2. The rocket is the Amur LNG, which is, why is it called LNG? Because it's liquefied natural gas. That is the fuel that will replace the same environmentally friendly fuel, oxygen, kerosene. There's a Kerolox mixture. It will be a Methalox mixture. But the tasks that we set for this rocket are the reuse of its stages, and methane allows you to do that very economically. Huh. These are ambitious goals. The same manned lunar program, same with the manned lunar program. Please tell us about it because it starts this year. Our designers have chosen, well, let's say a very, very difficult, ambitious task. This is the first time that we are going to land on the South Pole of the Moon. Why the South Pole? Why the South Pole is understandable because of the features of the South Pole. Our scientists, the presence of water ice under the regolith layer, onto the surface layer of the moon, and water is, in fact, life down there. Okay. It is an opportunity for oxygen production, and it is the ability to generate rocket fuel. Yeah, okay. They're trying ISRU as well. That's correct, Kamer. That is this point, which will allow to form the basis of a scientific base there, but at the same time, it's very difficult. No one has ever been there. And the landscape there, to be honest, is quite difficult for planting. A SLOS article. Oh, jeez. A Phil's Laws article just came out. Oh my goodness, we're gonna be here all day. We're gonna be here all day. We proceed from the fact that starting this year, we're actually entering a lunar research program. 24th year orbiting the moon and working on the moon's orbit. I don't know what that means. Then the prototype of the lunar takeoff and landing complex, or as we call it, the lunar elevator, which is supposed to lower the crew from the ship, which will be in the orbit of the moon to the surface of the moon, so a lander. Such a ship is called Eagle, and it is in the works. It is already doing static tests, and static tests, and Energia is engaged in it. Means what to do, how to make it clear. It means what to do. Okay, so the testing is going to lead to that the ship will fly in December of 2023. Luna 26 will be an orbiter. The interviewer asks, will cosmonauts be on the moon by 2030? Well, we have the task. The task was set by the president. There is a decree. This is a directive document. The question of choosing a way to solve this problem, what better to use, which upper stage and which spacesuits? Oh, okay. What means of launching our optimal to use for solving this problem? The task has been set and it must be solved. Huh. It's an interview with the, this is an interview with the head of Roscosmos, the state-owned corporation that runs the Russian space program. Huh. Interesting. Angara is too small for anything that massive to TLI. Well, let's see where it goes with this. I'm interested. From the moon to Mars, please tell us about the Mars program. In 2016, we already sent a Russian-European mission to Mars. It's a probe, and it reached the orbit of Mars and now continues to work there. Now we're in the second stage of this mission, and the landing of a lander is already being sent to Mars. Here, the distribution of responsibility is as follows. Proton, which is also celebrating its anniversary this year. Here's the distribution. Okay, we're celebrating the anniversary of Proton, and then the European flight module, the European orbiter, which we go into Mars orbit with, and the Russian module begins to work, and it's called Kazachok. It should provide a soft landing on the surface of Mars as a landing module. Okay, so they're going to circularize around Mars with the European service lander and then land down on the surface. It's a lander, so it's its analog would be like InSight or something. And in this regard, Russia consider that in 2022 it's already included in Martian time. Okay. This year's a jubilee. What Yuri Gagarin did was such a breakthrough. In the race that was between the Soviet Union and the United States, the Soviet Union took the lead. Today, the space race continues. Where is Russia? Ooh. Whoa. Whoa. Yevgeny is, asking a little... oh, that's a spicy question. Let's see what Dimitri says. The calendar is giving me anxiety. Oops. All right. Today, the budget of Roscosmos is about 10 times less than the budget of NASA. I mean, for civilian programs. Because we're still dealing, of course, with military topics. Same is, of course, difficult to compare us with China. Therefore, our task is to choose those priorities that will allow us absolutely, in spite of all of our problems, to be confident in the top 3 world space powers this time. And secondly, at the expense of space to fully ensure strategic shield and defense of the country. Yeah, okay. All right. Since it is Roscosmos that creates the material basis for a strategic nuclear forces. Okay, it's saying because their stuff's derived from weapons. I get it. And it's extremely important for the country to develop according to its own mind, both independently and sovereignly. And thirdly, how to make sure that these funds are used to obtain high commercial returns. Huh. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Hey, Vic. Thanks for the raid, man. How you guys doing? Interesting from Dimitri there. Kem, you know what I noticed? Raid from the French. Salud. Le bonjour. What's up, guys? How are you? Como, well, no. Como se va? Très bien. Ça va, merci. Magnifique! What's going on, guys? Très bien, glad. Gildas. I can't go between English and back, man. My brain went, you know? Privet, Everest. I love your setup. Thanks, man. So, Vic, what were you up to? Le chat fromage. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah. Hello from France. What's up, guys? Bonjour. Oh, boy. Vic, what were you up to? We were doing a big STS-1 celebration. My man. Cool. Cool. That's awesome. Thanks for the raid, dude. I appreciate it. Merci beaucoup. Gorlami. Speaking about shuttles? Huh, now you're speaking my language. My pleasure. Right on, dude. French Canadians have their own language. It's definitely different. They are definitely very different up there, eh? Anyway, Vic, that's cool. You're doing your big STS-1 thing, man. Je suis Mason. Nice, Mason. Yes, you speak both languages. Nice. Bien. Yeah. All right. Okay, we got more news here. Kem, it's very interesting that Dimitri didn't say anything about China in terms of Russia's plan to go to the moon. Quite interesting. But then again, he didn't say anything about Gateway either in that interview. Hey, Professor, what's up? Professor Fromage. Okay. Nice. It's not the jackhammer. It's not a jackhammer, it is a jockhammer. Oh. What time is it where I am, Arrow? 5:22 p.m. It's still in the afternoon. It's late over there. It's in the morning, right? Is Gateway still on the way? Maybe. Yes? It's kind of early to say anything about that. Maybe even a good thing he said nothing. 23:21? Yeah, I was going to say it's almost midnight. Yep. Yeah. Anytime I look up there, that's the clock. I have a clock over one of my monitors over there. Yeah, it's definitely getting late up there. I still got that. I mean, that's the time that I'm probably going to stop, dude. That means I got 6 hours left. All right. Anyway, Vic, thank you for the raid. Let's get into the next news. Yeah, Kem, it's interesting, though. I mean, especially with the MOU. I mean... I'm assuming since it's 5:22 where you are, you're on the East Coast. That's right. I live closer to Europe than you guys might think. You know? Anyway. Least Coast? The hell is this? The hell is this? The heck is it? I don't need to take this. I don't need to take this. Let's go back to the space. I don't need to take this crap. There's a reason his state is named New England. My state is named New England. Okay, Sneaky, you corrected yourself. Are you from Florida? No, I lived in Florida for a little while, though. Sneaky, did you know that England is my city? England is my city. I still think that's funny. Anyway. You misread it, sir. I didn't. No. No. No, I'm doubling down. No, I didn't misread it. You guys are drunk. Get this chat to the infirmary. You didn't see it because it isn't there! You didn't see it because it isn't there. Get rid of the evidence. 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 No evidence. Ha ha ha! I am the one who knocks. I am the one who times. You know you can purge single messages with mod icons, right? Oh yeah? Can I? Thanks for the tip. Yeah, the guy who knocks didn't end well. Oh crap, it didn't. That's not that. Are you sure? It doesn't time them out. I mean... Sneaky, you're forcing my hand here. You're forcing my hand. Forcing my hand. Do you want me to time you out? I'm trying... Like... Like, do you want, like... I purged it, and you're like, oh, no, you can time people out. I'm like, oh, let me test it on you. No, that's not a timeout. Are you trying to get... Like, do you want me to time you out? You got something to do? What are you doing, Step Sneaky? Oh, Tessa took care of it. It was all because EJ can't... I said I was doubling down. Alright, anyway. Next news. Alright, San. Sleep well, buddy, okay? Alright, Blue Origin. A New Shepard NS-15 is targeting liftoff on Wednesday, April 14th from Launch Site 1. The launch window opens at 8 a.m. Looks like Wednesday's gonna be a long one. I hope you're a morning person. I'm an early morning person. So use is better than SLS, can't purge the truth. When's CDT? What's that in USA time zones? Did I read that? Did I misread this time? I'm an early morning person. Real early morning person. You guys are making my head hurt. Willie, CDT is Texas. It's Central Time. Anyway, NS-15 is a verification step prior to flying astronauts. Webcast starts at T-minus 60 minutes on BlueOrigin.com. Well, all right. I guess we need to be up then. So, I guess we're going to have to just be up that day. The next news is a little bit curious. I'm not 100% on how to interpret this one. Yeah, NS as in New Shepard, not SN. Oh boy, that's gonna get confusing. Alright, so Aerojet Rocketdyne. The RS-68A test program complete. The world's most powerful liquid hydrogen rocket engine soared through its final acceptance test today on the B-1 test stand. The RS-68 powers the Delta IV Heavy to send critical spacecraft into orbit. I have questions. Okay, first of all, is the core stage still on the B1 test stand? Or the B2 test stand? Yes, it is. Okay, it's still there. It's interesting that they're testing out something on the RS-68. I don't understand. So, the RS-68 is the motor that the Delta IV series of rockets uses in the first stage. The RS-68 was the baseline configuration, and then they have the RS-68A. They're testing new versions of the RS-68, but the interesting question is that there's only 5 Delta IV Heavies left in existence, and then that's it. Bring back Ares 5. I felt, don't you dare. Don't you dare do that. Don't do that to me, man. Huh, the Vulcan? Why? Vulcan has B4s in the first stage, guys. It's a completely different propellant. What are they testing? The R68A is the version that has less of a fireball on launch. It's the currently used version of the main engine for the Delta IV Heavy. It's not new. Okay. Yeah, literally. Go back and listen to what I said, Signer, okay? This is a new business model for Aerojet, developing engines without the rocket. LH2 Vulcan variant confirmed. Could they be working on something hush-hush to continue the development of the RS-68s? It's probably, Jam, but the RS-68 wouldn't be some crazy military weird project. That's too high profile for that. Jam, they wouldn't be testing it at Stennis if it was something that they didn't want people to know about. Nor, more or less, they wouldn't be tweeting about it either. It's interesting that they're still working on it, though. They're still working on to upgrade it and test it. I forgot to tell the world I ordered them a personal new rocket I made. The Vulcanator 4 Heavy. R68 RS68 SSTO. My fault. Yeah, it's no problem. No problem. No problem. It's fine. Could they be developing a vacuum version of the R68 for use on the upper stage of SLS? I mean, maybe? But it's a first stage engine, really. I mean, the expansion ratio on the upper stage engine is completely different. Very interesting. Very interesting. I'm not sure why they're doing that, but... Okay, this next one, could the RS-68A replace the RS-25 on SLS? Yeah, that would be more thrust, Xeon. The R68 is still an excellent engine. Rocket Guy, did you see that? Did you see what I just... Look. Did you see what I just showed? Check this out, man. That's a weird one. Oh, okay, Buck. Yep, alright. Alright, cool. Yeah, in the article, there's a little bit more about it. The upgraded R68A, which generates 705,000 pounds of thrust. That's a lot. That's a lot of thrust, man, for a liquid fuel hydrogen engine. While this particular test project is ending, we look forward to continued work with Aerojet Rocketdyne on future endeavors. In addition to launching numerous payloads supporting the U.S. Air Force Space Command and NRO, Delta IV carried the Orion capsule. Delta IV has 4 launches remaining. Yep. Interesting. So that's acceptance testing for the last that's going to go on basically the last Delta IV Heavy. Interesting. It's interesting that they test this far into a rocket's life cycle, but interesting. All right. Next news is coming over from Rocket Lab here. Take a look. On April 12, 1961, Yuri Gagarin became the first person in space. The time-honored Rocket Lab tradition of dressing like 1960s rocket engineers to mark the anniversary continues strong this year. Monkey. What is happening? white button down and black tie, Rocket. If I was in the industry, that's what I'd be wearing to work. Is there a guy dressed as a 7? Yeah. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, that one's a little weird. Anyway. So, the next thing is coming from Axiom Space here. On this day, in 1961, Yuri Gagarin becomes the first human in space. We'll harken back to the days of Sputnik and Yuri Gagarin, and we're going to challenge our old friends, the Americans, the American Navy. Where we sail on to Havana, where the company is warm and so are the beaches. With grease on, you come from working on the truck. Hey. So what? Hey, wait, roadrunners, wait a minute. Those boys back in the day weren't afraid to get their hands dirty, okay? All right, here. A video, if you will, real quick. Testing the vehicle stabilization system on the Saturn V. So Saturn V fully built inside of the VAB. They were testing it. Look at these guys. Shirt and tie playing tug of war with the damn rocket. Oh, I don't like that. They're testing the VSS. See that? Guy's got a plaid shirt on. Heave! Let it go. They're testing the VSS. See the dampers on the VSS? That's cool. See? Hey, shirt and black tie. It's a little scuffed up. No problem. Yeah, the VSS worked. Yeah, demo. That's why everyone's like, let it go. All right, so 1981, space shuttle flies for the first time. 2025, crew living and working on the first commercial destination in orbit. Here's to those who paved the way, who paved the path, and what lies ahead. So Axiom Axiom gave us there's a new render of their modules here. Axiom is going to attach new modules to the ISS. Huh. Yeah, I don't think PMA2 is in this render, which is weird. Did you also think of Dragon XL? Yeah, yes, exact. Yeah, I did. Don't know, Builder. That's weird. Which rocket would launch an Axiom, and how would it get to the ISS? Well, this white ring at the back is a toroidal service module, so it's torus shaped, so it looks like a donut, right? And then in the center of the donut, you have the passageway and the docking port. That's a CBM, a common berthing mechanism. CBMs are what are used to hold the international segment of the station together. So the Japanese module, the European module, the American module, the three nodes, the cupola, the pressurized mating adapters have a CBM on one side, and the PMA-1, which connects the Russian side of the station to the American side of the station, all use the CBM. Those are CBMs right there. Have you heard a dual channel audio for stream so that the music is in the live stream but not in the VOD to avoid DMCA? I don't want to do that. My pick. Wonder what those attachment hold down points are around the outside of the aft docking port. Yeah. For EVAing, perhaps. Huh. Those things? I don't know what those things are. Yeah. That's very interesting. Very, 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 very interesting. So that was an updated render of Axiom's module. It didn't have solar panels on one side previously either. It looks like they combined a Destiny laboratory with a node, with a center node, right? And it has a service module on it so it can install itself on the space station, which is very interesting. I would assume that that module attaching itself, it would be just basically like Cygnus. You know, get near the space station, Cygnus will grab it, or not Cygnus, the arm will grab it, and it'll install it at a port. What happened to Bigelow? I don't know. I don't think anybody knows. You tired? Yeah? You alright? Yeah? We can hear you yawning. You okay? You alright? You sure? Because you just went through a wall. Cool. Alright. Anyway, so last interesting bit of news is coming over from China over here. Let's see what we got. Regarding the initial phase of construction of the Chinese space station, there's now rumors of the exact dates. The launch of the Tianhe core module on Long March 5B on April 29th. The launch of Tianjiao 2 logistics module on a Long March 7. Tianjiao, I believe, is like progress almost. Like it would be an analog for that. And launch of the first crewed mission, Shenzhou 12, Long March 2F on June 12th. That same member also mentioned that high-ranking officials will be visiting for at least the Tianhe and Shenzhou 12 launches. Here's a peek of the equipment racks on the CSS. Those look like the racks on Zvezda, Zarya, and Nauka. They're very similar. Is the Chinese space station going to be big enough to see from the ground? Yeah, absolutely. So Tianhe is about the size of Zvezda. It's about the size of a DOS module, so it's big. It's a big module. Big enough to fit in the space shuttle's payload bay and take up all the room. Jiao is kind of like, I'm not sure exactly what Jiao is supposed to be. I thought it would be like progress, but I could be wrong. Interesting. This is off Wikipedia, so take it for what it's worth. Huh. Chem, all I see is the power module. All I see is the power module. That's bigger than Dragon and Cygnus, isn't it? Yeah, it is. These guys, NEM2 and SPM2. I don't know if they have a picture of it. Axiom orbital segment is just what we were talking about a second ago. Okay. Ha. No, Vic, never heard of it. Interesting. Anyway. That's cool. All right, so we have one more thing. This one is coming from Mike Sheets here. So the mission extension vehicle that was launched by the Europeans, which is actually a Northrop Grumman vehicle, successfully docked to a satellite, an MEV. Mission extension vehicle. Yeah, that's MEV-2 right there. The success of the mission paves the way for our second generation of servicing satellites and robotics, offering flexibility and resiliency for both commercial and government satellite operators. Well, that's a picture you don't see every day. It docked to a satellite, guys, that had no docking ports on it. What happened to the first MEV? It was a test mission, Synerd. Here, let me get the video. Let me get the video for you. So, here we go. Kind of supercraft. I'll show you. So this thing gets near it, right? And it locates itself on the rocket motor from the satellite. And then it claws the payload attachment fitting. It claws the payload attachment fitting. Help, Step Satellite. I'm stuck in orbit. Help. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm 15. Please excuse me. Please excuse me. If you're judging me, I probably deserve it. Soon little MEVs will be manufactured on orbit. No, this is actually a big deal. You could use this for a bunch of different things. MEVs you can use they can extend satellite service life. So being able to dock to something that has no docking port makes it so you can launch MEVs up to satellites, and the MEV can station keep. Because the equipment on the satellite, the communications equipment, right? The communications equipment is still good. It's not the electronics that are the What
are your plans for Mom?
Truck.
All day? That's fine. I'm just asking if I'll be free after work.
If I'll be free after work?
If I'll be free. Because I have freelance to do and I'm sleepy.
If you got freelance to do tomorrow, that's no problem.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah, it's totally fine.
Okay.
Go to sleep. Get some sleep, Bubble.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure you weren't planning anything.
I was gonna plan to give you this skateboard.
Oh, did you show chat?
I was gonna give Brimo this skateboard.
I mean, that would have backfired because I was there when you bought it.
Well, you didn't know it was for you.
You know I'm gonna kill myself on it.
There you go.
So no. So what you're telling me by giving me this, you're asking me to kill myself.
Skate.
What you're telling me.
No, I just wish for you to become Skate Mo. Skate Mohawk Pro Skater.
Chat, have you ever heard about the one time I skateboarded? I broke my foot. The one time I skateboarded. Ever.
If at first you don't succeed, drunk Mo, stock Mo, skate Mo, you can do anything with Mo's. Do a flip.
So I was skateboarding back from 7-Eleven with my friends. I had walked all the way to 7-Eleven and they were like, try the skateboard. And I had a Slurpee in my hand and I was skateboarding and I fell off the skateboard and evidently my Slurpee just did a flip in the midair before it landed on the ground, which my friends thought was hilarious. And my foot hit a curb and I broke it. And I was in a cast for like...
Discovery, go at throttle up.
A month. But my friends thought the Slurpee was hilarious.
Primo, when hop?
That's what I did after I broke my foot. I hopped a lot. Yeah, curb strong is right.
But look. Simple solution. Have you tried not falling off?
I did, but it wasn't...
Ready?
Was the Slurpee okay? I think it was like half full. I think some of it came out, but...
Not everything was lost. But look, guys, we went on a road trip yesterday, and the place that we went down on the Cape had a skate shop.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I saw an Ecto 1 board, and it's not like just some random board. It's actually licensed Ecto 1, right?
Yeah.
And it's an element deck. So I bought it complete yesterday because I frigging felt like it. Because it has Ecto 1 on it. It's an 8-ply board, which is great.
Yeah, it's a good board, but...
Good for me, because I'm a big guy. I need an 8-ply board. 7.5-ply, I'll break that.
I'm not allowed on it, because...
Yeah. Brimo's mother called me and told me she's not allowed on it.
No.
But see, it's got Ecto 1 on it, because it's cool. Here you go.
No.
Here.
No.
Just This is
I don't want this.
skateboard.
I don't want this. I don't want this.
Skateboard. Have fun. You rejecting my present?
Yes.
Anyway, mission extension vehicles. So mission extension vehicles can be used to keep satellites on orbit, because part of the reason the electronics on satellites don't actually go out, right? They work just fine. Even, you know, a satellite that's 10, 15 years old, the electronics work just fine. The problem is they run out of propellant. They run out of propellant to keep them kind of in the right spot. Putting satellites out into the correct orbit is like putting a buoy out in the middle of the ocean and hoping it just kind of stays in one spot. Like ocean currents around the world, there's a lot of perturbing forces out in space that'll pull you in different directions, very, very slightly, but they still will. Whenever the moon goes by, for instance, if you're in geostationary, whenever the moon goes by, it's going to pull it in that direction, and you need thrusters to keep up, to stay in the right spot. The mission extension vehicle does exactly what the name implies. It goes up, it goes up and
Discovery, go at throttle up.
After 20 years, the solar panels don't work fine. Oh, okay, so yeah, Supercraft. The implication here is that you know more than Northrop Grumman and their mission extension vehicles are useless, right? That's the implication here, because well, if you know about these components on a satellite and why they fail, yeah, Northrop Grumman's obviously wasting their time, right? These things have solar panels on them, dude. I don't know how it's going to plug in, but hey, whatever. Yes. 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 The antenna is in the rocket engine. Yes. No, I know stuff degrades when it's up there, but the electronics aren't the bottleneck, dude. That's what I'm trying to get at. Julia, that will never not make me laugh. The scientist going, yes, yes, I am watching. Yep. Yep. It went up the nozzle. Yes. It's never gonna not make me laugh. And I fully acknowledge that I'm a piece of crap for that, alright? But the mission extension vehicle is cool. It's neat. And one docked to the satellite. It works. Bridge technology towards better servicing capabilities. MEV is like a Prius or a hybrid car technology when full electric is the goal, but applied for on-orbit servicing. Yeah. Rocket, it's almost like that type of technology could be used for assembling spacecraft on orbit, too. No, seriously. So the mission extension vehicle technology makes up Northrop Grumman's arm of the national team for the national team lander for human landing system. That's how a mission extension vehicle derived latching mechanism, grappling mechanism will be used on the HLS, on the national team HLS lander if that gets selected. Speaking of that, and that's a bit of space news that I forgot to mention. I don't know if somebody mentioned it over here. Let me check. There's that. We got that one. There's the Phil Sloss article. We covered that. Haven't covered that yet. Haven't covered the Artemis stuff yet, but I have... Yeah, okay. Let me find it here real quick. Where is it? 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 Nah, whatever. It doesn't matter. So Blue Origin started posting. Okay, this is like tabloid tier news, but it is still something to think about. So just bear with me on this one. Once again, warning: take this news with grain of salt, please. Why use more words when less do trick?
Go at throttle up.
That has nothing to do with the contract awardation. Yeah, Blue Origin started posting HLS positions left and right on their website the other day. I'm out of salt, though. You telling me you don't have a grain of salt? Scribulations. 6-month resub. Thanks, man. A grain of salt, not a salt mine? No, we're not playing Tarkov. HLS job postings, though, Force. Thomas has already said that their HLS job postings have nothing to do with the HLS program, though. So, yeah. Do you guys listen to yourself sometimes? Blue Dynamics and SpaceX have posted them since the beginning of the contract, and to be honest, SpaceX is the only one that doesn't have anything else up. Hi, RB. Nope, I try not to. All right, we drift in and out. So yeah, that's my grain of salt news for the day. That's bottom tier news. I don't like that. Not that type of bottom tier. Moving on. All right. So, big stuff coming out of DARPA here. Reverse Uno card. Is the coffee helping? You know what, Blue? We need to change the subject. Here's how we're gonna do it. Surprise!
Play this music from your car, inviting friends from your fire. Here everybody knows. Scots and toss, break your bones.
I'm trying to change the subject, Jim. Just give it about 15 seconds. Chat will change the subject. This is how you do it. Basically, jingle the keys.
I need no better way to get the western spice away. Big and fearless like a bear. Tracksuit with the stripes I wear. From Krakow to Kamchatka and the patrons to the vodka.
No, Mason, shut up. Changing the subject. There, the subject has been changed. Now, on to something completely different. What were we talking about again? This. The Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. DARPA selects performers for Phase 1 of Demonstration Rocket for Agile Cislunar Operations Draco program. I'm old enough to remember. Don't look at me like that. Reverse Uno card was, do you guys even listen to yourselves? No. No. No, Mason. No, wrong. Can you remind me what is DARPA? Okay. How do I describe DARPA for people overseas? It's like doing crazy stuff for in aerospace. Blank check DoD funding branch. Yeah, it's the research agency for the Department of Defense. Yeah, exactly. That's the right way to say it. Have you seen Austin Powers? Do you know Dr. Evil? Nate, I have no idea who you're talking about. I will not tolerate failure. Yeah, they do some nutty stuff. So listen to this. All right. DARPA has awarded contracts for the first phase of the demonstration rocket for agile cislunar operations. The goal of Draco is to demonstrate a nuclear thermal propulsion system above low Earth orbit in 2025. The three prime contractors are General Atomics, Blue Origin, and Lockheed Martin. Mason, I am still alive, just very badly injured. I think my legs might be broken, but I'll try to stand up. Yes, they are broken. Rapid maneuver. Oh, Thor, 15-month resub. I look forward to space news every day. Thank you for sharing. You look forward to space news every day. Thank you for sharing your love for space exploration. Oh, come on, man. There's a company called General Atomics. No, we just made that up. I thought nuclear stuff couldn't be made by private companies. You're half right. Anyway. Rapid maneuver is a core tenet of modern Department of Defense operations on land, sea, and in the air. However, rapid maneuver in the space domain has traditionally been challenging because the current electric and chemical space propulsion systems have drawbacks in thrust of weight and propellant efficiency, respectively. Draco's NTP system has the potential to achieve high thrust-to-weight ratios similar to in-space chemical propulsion and approach the high propellant efficiency of electric systems. The combination would give Draco spacecraft greater agility to implement the DoD's core tenet of rapid maneuvers in cislunar space. The performer teams have demonstrated capabilities to develop and deploy advanced reactor propulsion and spacecraft systems, says Major Nathan Greiner, the USAF program manager for Draco. The NTP, the nuclear thermal propulsion technology we seek to develop and demonstrate under Draco, aims to be foundational to future operations in space. Phase 1 of the program will last 18 months and consist of 2 tracks. Track A will entail the preliminary design of an NTP reactor and propulsion subsystem concept. Track B will produce an operational system spacecraft concept to meet mission objectives and design a demonstration system spacecraft concept. The DS will be traceable to the OS concept, but specifically focus on demonstrating a nuclear thermal propulsion system. Track A will entail the preliminary design of an NTP reactor and propulsion subsystem concept. Track B will produce an operational system concept to meet the mission objectives and design a demonstration system DS spacecraft concept. The DS will be traceable to the OS concept, but specifically focusing on demonstrating NTP. This is the first phase of the Draco program. Okay, right. General Atomics will perform the Track A reactor development work. Blue Origin and Lockheed Martin will independently perform Track B work to develop OS and DS spacecraft concept designs. Draco's Phase 1 is expected to inform follow-on phases for detailed design, fabrication, and on-orbit demonstration. Any follow-on phases will be solicited by DARPA in a future announcement. Oh. Oh. That's good news. Yeah, that's good news. Yeah. Yeah, that's... Yeah, that's really good news. Yeah. So, what is nuclear thermal? Nuclear thermal propulsion is basically a nuclear reactor, not a warhead, reactor. It's a reactor in space, and basically the reactor works synonymous in function with a reactor that generates electricity. But like any form of energy that we like to generate nowadays, there's also a great deal of heat that gets given off with the reaction, right? I mean, actually, a nuclear reactor has heat energy and then electrical energy that heat generates. It depends on how you what you do with that heat energy. Basically, nuclear reactors make a lot of heat. And how we use a nuclear reactor down here for, like, say, a nuclear power plant is we use that heat from the nuke to heat up water and use that to drive a turbine, which basically turns a generator, and that generates power. That's what's most likely. Steam turbine propulsion is most likely where you're getting your electricity right now, watching me at this very moment. Could be nuclear if you're in the right spot, if you're close to one. But I digress. Yeah, most power plants use steam power. In fact, yeah, anyone that's not wind, solar, or hydro uses basically steam power. So how that nuke works in space, it's a nuclear reactor. It has a lot of heat, right? It generates a lot of heat. You got to keep it cool. Well, how do you keep it cool? You could heat up water and turn a turbine if you really wanted to. That would be a little weird. No. What nuclear thermal propulsion does is flow hydrogen over the reactor, liquid hydrogen, which is extremely cold, right? And what will it do if you flow really cold hydrogen over a really hot nuclear reactor? It makes a lot of heat, and it heats up that hydrogen, and that hydrogen gets accelerated out the back. That's what a nuclear propulsion system or nuclear thermal propulsion is. It's hydrogen being flowed over a reactor. The reactor heats up the hydrogen, right? It heats up the hydrogen, and you accelerate hydrogen out the bit. Rocket Guy, are you here? Is Rocket Guy here? Rocket Guy, would there be any application of a staged nuclear propulsion combustion cycle? If the liquid fuel is liquid hydrogen, Goddess Nipple, yeah. Rocket Guy, could you use staged? How so? So, nuclear reactor heats up hydrogen, and then hydrogen do expander cycle. So take an RL-10 and attach it to the back, basically, of an NTP of Nerva. Is there any application there? I mean, I'm not exactly sure why. I'm just wondering. I'm intrigued how they plan to get high TWR. Yeah. So, like, basically, could you use the Nerva as a pre-burner for a staged combustion cycle? That's how you get an afterburning NTR, which is good for downshifting by trading ISP for thrust. Why RL10? They have a brand new RS68A. Yeah, Tesla, yeah, right? Sorry, it's just crossed my mind there. Hey, Deadly Spoon gifted a sub to Alarm 1993. Why trade ISP for thrust if it's an orbital engine? Well, in large vehicle applications, Raja. So like a big transfer vehicle, saying going to Mars or something. So not staged in the stage combustion cycle, since that is how Nerva ran pumps, if I recall correctly. It had a tap off. It had a tap off like an RL-10 to turn the turbines to pump the hydrogen, or turbine, I should say. Interesting. That's really cool. Really, really cool news, actually. So that's what that button does. Nerva is an expander cycle, but with the reactor heating things to combustion temperatures. Yeah. No, Laws, I'm not showing that. I don't feel like getting mad today. Interesting.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Nerva flow diagram. Let me take a look. Let me see. Is cord oxidized in the engine bill? I replied to you already. I said, yeah, that's a good idea. Hey, Tico, 8-month resub. Yeah. Rocky Guy, I'm basically saying have that as a pre-burner. Now we have two dissimilar NTP designs. Yeah, interesting, Core, right? Then you start losing efficiency from combustion inefficiencies and heavier molecules. Yep. Well, the high TWR for staging this as a pre-burner would be to overcome that. That was my thought, but no problem. In other news, NASA Spaceflight is covering the SN-15 cryo test. SN-15 is the next Starship in line for testing with SpaceX. It's a little frosty right now, I'd say. I've been wondering, is there a need for a special manifold when tapping off of a fuel line in a rocket engine? Depends on where you're doing that, Builder. Huh. Did I see these renders? Let me see. Rapid payload integration. Oh, those are interesting payload bay doors, Core, that Irk is coming up with. Haha. Interesting. Yeah, it has Nova Light. It has. Interesting. So, that's what's going on with Starship right now. NASA Spaceflight's covering that if you want to go and check that out. But also, Mary over at NASA Spaceflight posted this picture very recently. Check this one out. Where'd it go? Come back. Yeah, here. So Mary posted this. Take a look. I wanted to show you guys that really, really, really nice Dodge right there. Look at that. It's a quad cab, heavy duty. It's got a Cummins. You got a flatbed with a Lincoln welder on it. International Machine Shop, baby. It's a really nice Dodge. Yeah, really good. Oh yeah, Ram, excuse me. That's right. Yeah, they split it because reasons. The decal is tacky? It's not tacky at all. It's really... Mother of God. Madre de Dios. Oh, yeah. The Dodge is nice, but that grid fin that's the size of a gooseneck trailer is... That's pretty cool. What is that? That looks like a super heavy grid fin if I had to guess. Holy crap, that's big, man. That grid fin is as big as the truck. Oh, dude. Yeah, Tessa, it would be interesting, right? It'd be interesting. Dude, it's as big as the damn truck. That's the... Guys, I saw the picture. I wanted to... The International Machine Shop Dodge is cool. Like, don't get me wrong, it's cool. It's got a Cummins in it. Of course it's cool. But the reason why I showed that first was to make the point that that thing is as big as the damn truck. Wait, who's this picture from? Mary. I thought you said a few streams ago that grid fins were the size of coffee tables. All right, I was wrong, I guess. There is... No, it's not one piece. This is welded, and it's definitely steel. That's definitely steel. That's not stainless. It's, like, steel. They get big so fast. They grow up so quick. Coffee tables for a giant, maybe. Yeah, right. I want to see the actuator. Yeah, Rocket Guy, that's... probably a gimbal actuator. Last. Okay, what's your last? Is it me or does SN15's nose look slightly more blunt than previous Starships? Yeah, maybe just a little bit. Yeah, you could see the lever arm right there. Only fins, yep. Jeez. Tiny lever arm. Tiny lever arm, which tells me the hydraulics for this thing are insanely powerful. Why does the top have to be spiky? Oh boy. Builder, how complicated of an answer do you want? That's a grid fin. Yeah, Revril. It's a grid fin, a prototype grid fin, I would assume, for super heavy. That thing is a real chonker of a grid fin. Yeah, Prey, that's the simple answer. Builder, the simple answer is that supersonic and hypersonic airflow works in a very weird way. This is why the space shuttle, not very aerodynamic down here, extremely good at moving plasma away from the vehicle at Mach 25. Stuff that's designed to go at a very high rate of speed always looks a little bit different. Long story short, those grid fins break up the hypersonic flow and channel it into the holes of the grid fin. Like, the grid fin has a bunch of holes in it, right? Those beveled edges basically break the air up in a way to force it through the grid fin. Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy stuff. That was the medium explanation, yeah. The short explanation would be hypersonic aerodynamics are weird. Yeah, this would be in oncoming air, so this would be facing the bottom of the booster. Another important thing that I've noticed with this thing is that it doesn't have any hinge. It's all one piece right to the lever arm. Do you think they could use Tesla motors instead of hydraulics for actuation? They're already using Tesla motors for Starship's control surfaces, Phil. I don't know about this. If it was geared right, sure, why not? There's no hinge piece to this. It's very interesting. There's a bunch of bolts right there. But Falcon 9's grid fins have a hinge right here, a big hinge, and that hinge allows the grid fins to tuck underneath. I don't see any grid fins here. That is not titanium, Shaw. There's no way that's titanium. That's steel. Why does it look so rusty? Steel naturally oxidizes, and the oxidization that you get from steel, it gives you a protective layer. See, that's flash oxidization. A hinge would be a weak point if they intend to land on it. Signer, that's basically what I was getting at. Yep. I don't think they'll be disposable by any means, no. It will launch with the fins deployed? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, hired, yeah. Something like that, yeah. Yeah, I remember this. Yeah, you want to see grid fins doing work. That's actually really good footage. Take a look. Oh, look. Plasma accumulation. Huh. There's plasma. There's your plasma knife right there. Dude, that's crazy. The gearing in Starship resists constant rotational forces. The grid fins are equal from the pivot. Maybe they could use the same system. Maybe. Plasma continues to be a foreign concept to
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Yeah, it's a little weird, Canadian. Hey, lady, 4-month resub. Excuse me, one hop. What? I don't think there's a casting, there's a piece of casting equipment that's that large, Shaw.
Discord. Is that Corporal Daywalker? Capital Daywalker?
I think that's
what's that? What's that?
Really quick,
Yeah.
we should look at our screens.
Yeah.
Huge.
And
That
that's
looks
both
like
depress
an
vents
abort.
sustained now.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So that increases the odds that that venting at the bottom is not planned.
Yeah, that is a big high-pressure depressurization vent. You can see the velocity, the force that's coming out of the side of SN.
One hop. We're gonna. It's a little ways out.
Yeah, let's see here.
It's just LN2. Yeah, but the umbilical broke again.
Air conditions or pressure or what? But wow.
Yeah.
And then another one. Wow.
Look at that.
That's wild.
It's just nitrogen, guys. It's just nitrogen.
Never a
It's
dull
not gonna
day
blow
in
up.
Maybe Mary can hear that. Let's see here real quick. I'm gonna listen in on the microphone on that camera she's got.
Oh, Lady Hot Ice, thanks for asking that.
Methane vent is, or methane tank vent, obviously it's not methane, but methane tank vent is also still going.
Yep.
Ooh.
We would expect the frost not to go.
Did I jinx it? They might be testing overpressure relief.
And holy cow.
Quite a bit.
It's a $400 super chat I need to ask.
That's no. I don't think that's what that is, dudes. I think something broke down there.
It's a $400 super chat. I need to ask this person in our Discord. Is that
Das knew.
Corporal Daywalker?
Das knew right away. Oh.
What's that?
Really quick,
Yeah.
we should look at our screens.
Yeah, we just had a sudden venting in a downward direction.
Maybe a hose popped off or something.
Yeah, that's
Really to the beard.
that's not ideal. That doesn't look intentional to me, guys, but I am guessing. I don't know. It looks like the GSE popped. Yeah. Lab Padre's close-up cam. Oh! Lab Padre's close-up cam showed a pipe facing down that started dumping liquid. Check this view. Yeah, okay. I don't show Lab Padre on stream. I really gotta write that dude an email. Jeez. I'm looking. I'm checking Lab Padres. I'm scrubbing through it as fast as I can. Wow, another big vent. Yeah, these ones up here are the main tank vent lines. So the one up top is for the methane tank, and the one down the bottom is for the oxidizer tank. That's the methane tank.
Is it to check for leaks? Pretty much.
Started at 5:28:34. All right, let me get these guys back to live here real quick. Let's take a look. I'm going back through Lab Padres. Huh. I retract my previous statement. That looks like an intentional vent. From Lab Padres' view, it looks intentional to me. Interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Well, the GSE hasn't gone to SN4, right? They're using nitrogen. Someone in chat already said it. They're using nitrogen, guys, so nothing's going to pop. But, yeah, that looks like an intentional vent line down there. I mean, Lab Padre basically sealed the deal. That thing is definitely just venting. It's venting liquid nitrogen out the bottom. Now, whether it's GSE related or what, I don't know. It's very interesting. Maybe they're testing an emergency depress system. This is a test of the emergency depress system. To depress the rocket, press 1. To impress the rocket, press 2. To sing the rocket a happy song, press 3. To one hop, press 4. Once again, this is a test of the emergency depress system. 4, one hop. Yeah, maybe Hellfish. It's interesting. Yeah, I thought that looked like something broke down the bottom, but Lab Padres footage makes it look intentional. So I'm gonna go ahead and say intentional. Probably, Tessa. I mean, look at this thing. This thing's smoking like a choo-choo train. To have USPS lose your differential, press 9. You've pressed number 5. Bring EJ a 10-piece chicken McNugget. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, they're doing some crazy big vents right there. Huh. How many more starships can they lose? As many as they need to. That's where I'm not salty at all. You'll be fine, RB. They'll find it. I think it's time to spray WD-40 in there. All right. Let's do it. Sasha, all this is just Banaka, okay? This is just Banaka. Are you feeding him? Yep. Can I fill in the diagonal part of the shipyard? No, we need the channel. All right, does Sasha still work? Done. Okay, cool. EJ finally snapped. Last boss. Did I just miss the automaton? No. Also, it's not a constant relief. If this was a real emergency relief, think they'd be full on the gas. Nope. So, launches in KSP when? When, Boris? He says soon. Okay. So that's what's going on live there. I think there's a new NSF vid, and I think that's what we'll do to put a nice bow and cap on the Cosmonautics Day of space news. Here we go. Put a nice bow on it. We have seen exactly what's going on here. Get to the GSC stuff. Let's see what we got. Get an auxiliary cord for it? For what? For what? For what? Like this one? So I converted it to 1/4 inch so I could plug it into an amplifier? Like this? Maybe? It looks like a hookah now. Badgerland, give me an avocado, an ice pick, and my snorkel. Trust me, dude, I made it with less. Who would do that to an automaton, though? Yeah, that's big. Help me, automaton, help me. It keeps going and going and going. Nothing outlasts the Energizer Elon. Composite overwrap pressure vessel delivery. Those look like the RCS tanks that SpaceX uses for RCS. No, those are the compressed nitrogen tanks that they use for the reaction control systems on Starship right now. That's the heavy-duty launch pad. So no. All right. So, guys, look at this. See that right there? Now, no, I'm not just making stuff up, all right? Look. They're putting in a gigantic flange right there. Huge. That flange is easily gotta be about an inch thick. Easily an inch thick. And that thing is probably like a half meter by a half meter. They're laying in some heavy, this is stick welding right here. This is stick welding, and you can tell that they're heating the area up, and that's what those propane tanks on here are for. See the burn marks? See the burn marks right there and right there? Okay, so they're heating up these welds to lay down bead, all right? So see that type of weld right there? It looks kind of weird, right? The reason why it looks kind of weird is when you're doing industrial welding like this, okay? And you have a big piece of metal here and a big piece of metal here, and you want to attach this to that, right? What you do is you lay down a little bit of weld like that, okay? So you lay down a little bit of weld, just like that. And then you lay down a little bit of weld like this. And then you lay down a little bit of weld like that. And then you lay down a little bit of weld like this. And like this. And then like this. And this. And that. 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 And then all the beads on top of each other combining makes an extremely strong weld. See that? You just keep stacking the welds on top of each other. That's a you have to be very careful when you do that because you have to really control temperature or else you'll warp something. That's what these are. These are heavy industrial welds. That one's done right there. You can see that they're still working on this one over my head right there. Now, why? Why would you add a big flange there? Well, the flange has a hole in it. And that hole is definitely to hold some type of pivot, right? Obviously, there's a hole on either side of this. My guess is that this is some kind of hold down point for super heavy, and that's some kind of hold down point that pivots like this. So welding is like Voltron. Yes. You're a flange. No, you. Well, see, there's no secret that there's a huge relief in here. My guess is that these will have a folding system of some type that folds into this. It'll like if we're looking at it this way or looking at it right here, it's a system that'll hold it and then it'll flip up into place and then the thing will go. I mean, why else would you put these big flanges here if you weren't pivoting something? Yeah, they've already welded the plate together, Hellfish. I mean, okay. Putting one of these together is like putting together like stainless steel pie cut headers, dude. You gotta like kind of mock it all up first. Them putting that plate together is basically the equivalent of tacking it all together. Now they're working on the real welds, right? Also, pie cut stainless steel titanium exhaust makes me happy. But see those big flanges? They beefed them up here. See these things? It's a big plate of metal that they attach to the other plate to make it stronger. So where's the water deluge system going to be on that? Cynerd, I have no idea. What I'm saying is just another guess, dude. I have no idea. But I don't understand why you'd need some type of hinge plate right here, especially one that's super, super beefy like that, to hold a water system in place. That tells me that this is structural by the size of these damn flanges. Look at the size of those things. They're huge. And then the test article also got another set of posts on the outside of it. Still don't know what that thing is for. Would you ever consider having a stream where you teach about different types of welding? Because I would love that. I don't really know anything about it. If I could find and get a hold of a professional welder, Berg, I would absolutely love to. The real question is, would you be the only one that wants to see it, or are there more of you? Welding is cool, man. It's one of the backbones to a project like this. Edelman retired. That's fine. mean, if you guys would want to, we could... So, like, guys, I've gone and read about all different types of welds. TIG welding, MIG welding, stick welding, which is arc welding. There's all different types of stuff, and there's an application for every type of weld. Like, they're using tip and TIG welding for stainless steel, because with stainless steel, there's two things you really have to worry about. You really have to worry about penetration is huge, all right? And because of that, you have to weld stainless steel with a very kind of low temperature. Well, that's not exactly right. The first thing that you have to worry about with stainless steel is controlling the temp. Stainless steel doesn't like the temperature. If you get too hot too fast, you're going to warp it. So you need an application like tungsten inert. So TIG welding, which is very low temperature. Here's the thing about it, though. You have to balance that low temperature with high energy because you're welding something, right? Yeah, I know. You also got to worry about pen. So the backside of the weld, you need inert gas on both sides of the weld. You need to do that basically anytime you're TIG welding certain metals. If you don't, the stainless steel will turn to crystals. It'll crystallize, and it's impurities in the weld. That's really bad for it, especially with stainless or aluminum. You have to make sure that you're just adding stainless steel, and when the thing gets welded, it doesn't ionize any gas. Yes, ionize like an ion thruster. The Hall effect can screw your weld really badly. Yeah, I mean, if you guys wanted to, I'd have to go find a welding instructor. Guys, I know about welding. I don't know how to weld. If you put the tungsten in the puddle, you're screwed. You're screwed. Yeah, that's scrap it, start over. Yeah, builder, maybe, who knows? Yeah, I don't know. Your theory is as good as mine at this point. I seriously can't figure that one out. But yeah, that's a tip or a TIG weld. My guess is a machine TIG weld right here for the rings, but that's just a guess. But yeah, I know about that heavy industrial welding. That stuff's really cool. This is like the type of welding that you'd use to put a bridge together, or like a skyscraper. Skyscrapers would bolt. It really depends on what type of skyscraper you're making, but that could help with your truck a whole lot, plus with your new fab shop. Blacklist, I was thinking about this the other day. If I learn how to weld, the fabrication part, I already know. The reason why I already know is because I'm a 3D artist. I know how stuff goes together. 3D artists, even if you're doing art for video games, all CAD systems really come from metalworking. Believe it or not. Even the options that you can use with CAD systems, and this is something I know about very much, the options that you can use with a CAD system, like extruding, beveling, chamfering, that all comes from machining stuff. It's the same thing like a crane. If you know anything about sailing and you know anything about crane rigging borrows terminology from sailing. There's jib masts on a crane. There's derricks on a crane. There's pendants and all kinds of other stuff that's borrowed from crane rigging. 3D art borrows its nomenclature and terminology from metalwork. I know how metalwork works. I know how to do it. I just don't know how to weld. But I know what you'd need to do it. And I could make the parts if I had a CNC plasma table. I could do the parts up in CAD. We could crap out all kinds of crazy stuff for the truck if we really wanted to. I could even get into suspension engineering if I really wanted to. We could do our own custom suspension. Why not? I could do that. That's a complicated trigonometric equation, but you could do it. You're a Derek. No, my name's Eric, not Derek, you dope. Favorite shop like the one you were looking at the other day. What do you mean, Blacklist? Derelict. Designing welding tech savvy equals build your own spaceship? I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't fly on a rocket or a spaceship that I built, that's for sure. Consider this space show concept. Nice, Levy. Saw that rack and brush guards? Not for the 59, man. Oh, McMaster car. Yeah. Yeah, McMaster car. Yeah. If we were going to do that, guys, I would need a fabrication shop. And I'm sorry, you guys take care of me, but we're not... I don't have screw you money. But I would love to buy a shop. That would be great. I'd love to do that. That would be amazing. Nice, Tessa. Anyway, I mean, that would be cool. I'd do it. Like, once again, if I... Maybe I should go take a welding course or something. I'm pretty sure I did, Tessa, but you're gonna have to refresh my memory. It's vague. I've heard people say that before. You don't have screw you money yet. It would do nice with that 95 F250. I don't know what you're talking about. And it's a 96 HD, by the way. Still got my eye on it, by the way. More to come. Alright, let's see what else we got. Lady Hot Eyes gifted a sub to British Beast. British Beast is cool, but I prefer British Steel. Alright, lol. See you, buddy. Alright, it's 7 o'clock, guys. At the end of the... I'm going to go through this video pretty quick here. We're working on more concrete. Whoa. Double reinforced concrete walls. Yep, that's going to be bunker. Look, they already have a concrete wall there, and they're doing lattice rebar with a second set of concrete here. And notice that there's some recesses in this one. That's weird. I wonder what they're working on there. My old VODs are on Twitch, Kayla. Yep. Huh. Whatever that is, I think that's the conduit box. I think that's the electrical room. Or the powerhouse for the pad. Could be. Old Silverado. Old Ford. Yes, that's how I think. I'm sorry, it's weird, I know. I'll check it later, Tessa. I don't want to play anything that's going to bother anybody, especially if it's a reference to something. Something like that, Vila, yeah. Should the entire road tunnel be later? Well, that's the thing, D-Pick. We have some obstacles that we have to go down underneath, so don't dig it just straight at 63. I had Drummer prototyping the slope. That's what he was supposed to do. First piece of GSE is still there. You guys know what this reminds me of? Who was following Starship in 2018? That reminds me of the first jigs that they built Starhopper on. That looks exactly like it, which is kind of funny because they probably just reused the design. Kind of came full circle there, didn't it? They painted those tanks blue. But it's a water tower. Yeah, when people... When we first saw that, I straight up had no idea what I was looking at. I thought it was a water tower. I think they had that all planned 3 years ago and were just teasing. It's possible, Endo. Hello, babe. Oh, cool, Rent-A-Cow. Nice. I don't really have time, dude. I gotta get to Kerbal today, guys. I let that launch slip and I shouldn't have, so we really gotta get to some KSP. Oh, for what it's worth, guys, the spot rover that was here, that SN11's nose cone landed on, it survived. I don't know how. It probably wasn't there. Burbs. Speaking of Boston Dynamics rovers, man, those bird rovers that they're putting out are real nut. That's a piece of SN11 still sitting out there. Ooh, yeah, they gotta pick that up, man. You gotta pick that up. You know, I fully believe in achieving symbiosis with your environment. You don't want to piss the environmentalists off. Let's just clean it up. For, you know, I mean, they probably are. It looks like they got most of it, actually. Actually, Lavi, what it looks like is that the heavier debris, it looks like they kind of moved it into piles. So that's good. And you know what else it looks like here? Now that I'm really looking at it, it looks like they're scraping topsoil off to find pieces. That's actually pretty cool. You know, honestly, that looks, because look, that's definitely been treated, and they're clearly marking it where it hasn't been treated. So it looks like they are. It looks like they're remediating the area, which I do appreciate. You know, that's cool. Good for them. The spot was busy pissing beer to not get hit. No, that's a different spot, I think. Now that I'm really looking at this, they're definitely remediating it. They're scraping up all the wetlands, which is cool. Yeah, see, this has definitely been tilled. That's for sure. See how it's just it's lumpy. It's a lumpy texture all the way through, except for right there. But that's good. Good for them. Yeah, see? They've definitely remediated all this. They're clearly marking it out. Cool. Good for them. What do we got here? Have they said what happened to SN11? Hard starting an engine, sudden kill. Sudden kill, you know how I always say you have to thermally condition an engine, and if you don't thermally condition an engine, gas goes into the engine, and if you have gas going into your liquid engine, bad stuff happens. You know how I always say that? Based off of what Elon said, I'm fairly confident that that's what happened. There seemed to be some kind of leak on Raptor 52, and that leak put gas inside of the liquid lines, right? Because if methane is bleeding out the line and burning off, right, it's auto-combusting, which is what was going on. I thought it was just insulation burning off. That's what I said during the launch. That's clearly not what happened. There was a leak, and if you have air in the lines, in your methane lines, that air is going to find its way into a place where you don't want. And the methane, conversely, is also going to find its way into a place that you don't want. Methane's a little bit more stable, a little bit easier to deal with hydrogen, but it's still mostly hydrogen. It's 4/5 hydrogen. So, yeah, you gotta be careful with that. I'm fairly confident that that leak caused a hard start, so no thermal conditioning, and that caused gas to go into places where it doesn't need to go into, and the engine popped, quite literally like a balloon. Elon said that leak led to a fire that had avionics damage. Avionics damage doesn't explain the explosion, though, Core. Yeah, the rocket motor got the benzo force, pretty much. Well, that was more That was more SN10. SN10 had helium ingestion. Yeah, SN10 got the helium bends. No good. No good. If you have a liquid methane, liquid oxygen motor, if you're putting anything but liquid methane and liquid oxygen into that motor, you're going to void the warranty on the engine, to say the least. You're going to void the warranty. You could say that it might produce unintended results. You could say that the rocket motor might rapidly disassemble itself. You could say that they're not responsible for the actions of the rocket motor. You could also say that I have no idea what's going on. You could also say that I'm going to resume looking at NSF's
Discovery,
footage.
go at throttle up.
Yeah. Quotes. Funny, I just got a phone call on the extended warranty on my rocket motor. Hey, Zonic, what's up, man? Very. That's a very, very nice crane. No problem. What's new? Yes. Something bad happened, Nando. You could say that it exploded. You could say that it's in pieces in the wetlands. And you could say that, you could also say, I don't think it would be too much of a crazy thing to say that the environmentalists are pissed. You could say you should probably clean that up. Sorry, anyway. Also, you could say that there's a FERD right here. There's also another FERD over there. All right. So this is the test stand that they're building out there. Fellas, I still don't know what this is for. I still just don't know. I have no idea, dudes. It's something to test the nose cones, obviously, right? It's something to test the nose cones. And they do have mass simulators here for the control surfaces. Those are definitely mass sims for the control surfaces. I don't know. Yeah, Blueland, I know what you mean. But yeah, it was a very bad and low-hanging fruit joke. Yeah, I know. I should feel bad. Did you see the hydraulic press they put inside? Yeah. See, they're installing new bars on this thing, and they're building basically like a lattice around this piece. You know, seeing the second lattice on that tells me that this thing is gonna be susceptible to compression load. Here. So NASA does this kind of stuff at Marshall, okay? They did something very similar to this with SLS's tank a little while back. There it is. See that right there? They tested compressive loads on SLS's oxygen tank, and look at the web that they put it in. And then they proceeded to crush this thing in a gigantic hydraulic press, and it popped and water spewed out all over the place. So yeah, if you put if you put down at the very beginning of that, if you put down a compressive load simulator, yeah, that seems to be what that is, but I don't know for sure. I'm just guessing. It looks like, just because it looks like something else on a totally different rocket doesn't mean that that's what it is. Nice, Lavi. There you go. Max Q loads or reentry loads? Well, it's compressive loads, Mason. My guess it would be on the major axis of the vehicle. So longitudinal, up and down, not left to right. So north-south, not east-west, at least from what I can tell. Yeah, Mile, like, that's what everybody's saying, and I don't see why it would be for anything else, but I don't know. They're probably building it there, Kuro. They probably won't test it there. Nobody wants to lose telemetry at Mach 1.5. Joe found his rocket, by the way. It looks like the drogue chutes didn't do what they wanted to do. But hey, he still got it back in a discernible piece. That's still damn impressive. That crane's name is Ultra Boom. They're building another lattice crane in there. Yeah, Lavi, that's neat. They're building another crawler crane there. See that? Jeez, man. Yeah, look, there's one behind me right here. There's another crawler there. There's another crawler to the left of that. And there's another crawler with a jib extension on it all the way on the left. And then all the way on the far left, there's a telescoping crane over there. Interesting. SN20's leg skirt right there. Ferd. Gadge. Chevy. How many grain silos do they have? Yes. Duh. So guys, 20 is Elon and SpaceX have speculated that 20 is the one that's going into space. Yeah. There's what we would think is Booster 2's thrust dome. So this would be the bottom of the rocket, and the engines would be attached right here. Could be Jaka. I don't know. Yeah, you could see that this has the plumbing for all the Raptor engines right there. See? Well, you know, the smaller ones I think are methane. The bigger ones are liquid oxygen. So methane oxidizer, methane oxidizer. Which at the current rate is September. Jeez. That's a thing. Man, look at how reinforced that thing is. Sometimes they do Sol, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes they roll it to the pad with engines, and sometimes SN15 rolled to the pad with no engines. What up? That guy that's sitting on the bucket is driving it, by the way. Tell me that's sped up. Yeah, okay, it is. It's sped up. The people were walking in the background, man. Oh my goodness. Yeah, see the guy? See that guy? The guy who's walking next to it with the briefcase on his tummy? Yep. Yeah, that wheel looked like it was not healthy. Interesting. 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 SN-15 is doing its final depressurization now. Let's take a look.
Would expect during an actual launch. In this particular scenario, since there are no engines installed on the vehicle yet, they are using something called a hydraulic ram or a thrust simulator, or there's a couple different names for it, to push up on the bottom of the vehicle and basically take the place of what the force of thrust from the engines would be, so they can also test that the vehicle withstands those loads from the bottom of the vehicle.
Hey, Dutch guy, thanks for the raid, man.
Things that they are testing during a cryogenic test.
Yeah, that's what those diagonal things that Thomas is talking about.
Depressing and
that's that thing right there. See the diagonal lines?
Nitrogen makes up the bulk of Earth's atmosphere, so no problem just venting that into the surrounding atmosphere.
So that was a tank test, a cryo test, cryoproofing test for SN-15. There's going to be another stage on the final Starship, right? That's the upper stage generic username? That's the upper stage, and then here. So that's the upper stage right there, and that's what Starship's going to look like. Pile of salt with this one. Last thing here. The Phil Sloss article also mentions that date. So David Willis, who's a very passionate SLS supporter on Twitter, is reporting that SLS is launched. They're targeting November 4th. For Artemis 1. Hey, username. Thanks for the 3 months. Okay. Alright. Alright. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this the quick way, okay? Once the core stage arrives at KSC, Exploration Ground Systems is realistically projecting it will take 10 months to get the vehicle and ground infrastructure ready for the first launch. However, there is at least one optimistic timeline showing a work-to launch date of November 4th. Huh? Huh? What? What? Sorry. That's a freaking monster.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Imagine being ICPS #1 and just waiting there for 4 years. Yeah, Dutch guy, the wiggle was awesome. Hey, thanks for the raid, dude. I appreciate it. What were you up to? Tatoes, 30-month resub. All right, that's going to do it for Space News, guys. And happy Cosmonautics Day. I'm going to switch over to Kerbal now. Switch over to KSP. Potatoes with a 30-month resub. Wires. Why are the wires tangled? Damn gremlins. Gremlins everywhere. Getting the Korolev cross done in your new Vostok 1 build. That's cool, Dutch guy. Right on. It takes a while to get that right. Yeah. Okay. We're going crew launches to the space station today. Crew station rotation missions. This is mission mode part 122. Switching us over to KSP. Let's go. Oh yeah, Kali. Alright, guys, I'll be back in one moment while KSP is loading up. I'm going to turn the air conditioner on. It is getting hot here. The weather, once spring started over here, the weather started getting really hot. So, if you hear the buzzing noise in the background, that's what's going on. Let's load this up here. Okay. All right, I'll be right back. 1 second. Just gonna get another cup of coffee for the launch. And we go. Gonna be doing a lot of launches this week.